Party Split, one of the most powerful storytelling tools we've got at the table. It opens up a lot of possibilities. You can show the story from different angles, create parallel moments that build on each other, and give every player the feeling they're experiencing something unique.
Sometimes you decide to do it on purpose. Maybe you want to show two sides of the same event, or let the table see how the world reacts in different places at the same moment. Other times, the player hands you the opportunity themselves. One says, I'm chasing that hidden town, while another goes, I'll check out that ruined temple. And suddenly, your campaign cracks wide open, with two storylines running side by side, just waiting to wave back together.
Ciao!
Ciao!
Welcome to Cantrip! Now, there's one question that always divides GMs. Should you keep the split party in the same session, at the same table, or should you run separate sessions for different groups? There is no one-size-fits-all answer, but both approaches definitely have their perks and pitfalls.
In my campaign, a terrible event, an attack on the village, killed the Shrock's mother. And the Shrock is one of our half-orcs pieces. Devastated, he decided to stay behind to help and defend the place. Another half-orc decided to stay with him, while the rest of the group wanted to chase down the cultists of Oscar. Two paths, both tied to the same threat, but heading in opposite directions. We chose to keep the party split, but still all at the same table, without dividing into separate sessions. Sure, I could have pushed everyone to stick together, but that would have killed the spontaneity of the moment and a golden storytelling weapon: suspense.
Here's the thing. One of the coolest strengths of a split party at the same table is how you can edit the narrative. Think about it. Our two half-orcs are patching up some villagers when in the distance a war horn blares. The Shrock rushes out of the tent and spots enemy banners on the horizon. He grabs his weapon, rallies the villagers, and charges forward to defend what's left of his childhood, his home, his family. His heart full of grief and fury, and cut. We switch to the second group, crawling through crumbling ruins, where one of the cult leaders is rumored to hide. There, they uncover the secret beneath the Shrock's village, and why the cult is so desperate to claim it.
That's the magic of a party split. You can keep the tension high by cutting between groups like it's a movie or a TV show. The keyword: cliffhanger. You want your player gasping, holding their breath between reveals and scene switches, even letting a group discover things that matter to the other.
But it doesn't stop there, because when you split the party and keep everyone at the table, your off-screen players become an audience. While you're running a group, the others aren't stuck scrolling Instagram, hopefully, but they're watching the story unfold. And that's a subtle but insanely powerful trick. Group A might uncover dark secrets of the world or foreshadow looming catastrophes, while Group B knows it as players, but not as characters. Delicious tension! I know there's an orc horde coming, but my PC thinks everything's fine.
You can push it even further. Turn the spectators into active participants. Run in a fight, hand the dice to the off players and let them control the bandits, the mercenaries, or the monsters. They will have a blast, and fights feels way more dynamic. No GM ever rolls dice with the same spiteful joy as the players who finally get to crit on one of their buddies.
Another big plus: even though the groups are physically apart in the world, they can still connect through a magic item, a ritual, or two twin temples linked by a mirror puzzle. Classic double puzzle. A team moves statues underground in a certain order, while another team solves the same riddle from a different temple far away. Everyone stays involved at the same time, and no one feels like they're just killing time.
But there's another way to handle a party split. As the name suggests, actually split the party. Instead of juggling both groups in the same night, you divide your calendar. Each group gets its own dedicated session, and you as a GM can really dig deep with each storyline.
The first advantage is pretty obvious. Fewer players at once means way easier management. Instead of wrangling 5 people with 5 different plans, you've got 2 or 3 who have more room to shine, and less chaos when everyone wants to do something different at the same time. And here's the fun part, the groups still share the same world. So what one group does matters to the other. If Group A burns down the Thieves Guild's warehouse, Group B might find out in their session that the guild is in full panic and out for revenge. As GMs, it's our job to make it exciting for players to see the fallout from other groups' choices, even when they cannot do anything about it.
This setup also lets you explore internal conflicts. The two groups might uncover pieces of a plot that put them at odds. Maybe they were friends, but after weeks of sessions apart, they reunite on the opposite sides of the battlefield. A once united party can become a dramatic rivalry, and that's gold for emotional depth.
And yes, suspense works here too, but outside the table. The first rule of Party Split is that you do not talk about Party Split.
First rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club.
Each group has no idea what's happening to the other, and curiosity builds from one session to the next. It's like watching two different TV shows you know will cross over eventually. The players will die to know if their friends are still alive or dead, allies or enemies.
One more big perk, you can zoom in on backstories. With smaller groups, you can run an entire session around a single character, without others feeling like they're wasting their time just watching the elf monk reconcile with his childhood master.
Now, these two approaches are not mutually exclusive. You can absolutely use both, depending on what vibe you're going for. Want to build a sense of shared urgency? Keep the split at the same table, so that everyone witnesses the danger at the same time. Want to dig into long-term consequences of your players' actions? Run separate sessions and let one group's actions ripple into the other story.
One of our most unforgettable campaign moments came from exactly this mix. In a wall-shifting labyrinth, our party got separated. We were split, but still at the same table, solving mirrored puzzles on opposite ends to help each other out. But the labyrinth's exit dumped us into different planes of existence. From there, we played split sessions. No spoilers, no table talk. And when we finally reunited, it was legendary. We had the shared memory of being split, plus all the tension from what we'd experienced apart. And that's why, when I got the chance to split the party in my campaign, I didn't hesitate for a second. And neither should you. Your players will be surprised, hooked. They will love the sudden shift in dynamics.
Or maybe you've already done it, or you're doing it right now. Drop your best narrative tricks in the comments, so we can shamelessly steal them for our own campaigns. Share this video with your GM if you want a few sessions away from Big Mac Large Huge, the barbarian who only wants to smash.
Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell. It's a small way to support Cantrip and help us keep making content like this. See you next time!